I warned you a long time ago, Elizabeth, not to name this ministry after a man or a woman, even before there was a ministry. I put it in your spirit, for none of this has been done by your hands. None of this has come forth from your mouth. It is from the mouth of YAHUVEH that has given birth. It is from the mouth of YAHUSHUA HA MASHIACH'S that has been given birth. It is from the mouth of the SHKHINYAH that has been given birth. If it had only been by your hands, it would have failed long ago. It is by the Shekinah glory's wind that blows across this earth, the holy wind of revival. It is not by your breath, or it would have failed.
2 Chronicles 36:16. But they mocked the messengers of Yah, and despised his words, and scoffed at his prophets, until the wrath of YAHUVEH rose against his people, until there was no remedy. Beware of touching Yah's true prophets and doing them harm.
John McCain is the son of Cain. I said it once, I'll say it again. Hillary Clinton. Your soul is as black can get. There is no lesser of evil running for president. All of you are evil in my eyes. And the only hope there was, the media will not even give attention. You see, I always have a people, and they are the hidden ones. Oh, how few Judge Roy Moores I have, for they will not speak out like he does. America, oh, how different it would have been, if the one you call, Judge Roy Moore, your president, he would have been, but there's no desire anymore for morality or holiness, and it goes from one nation to the next.
I see Yahushua, and I see a vision of you, Judge Roy Moore. He wraps his arms around you, and he kisses your brow, where you stand for the 10 Commandments, you stand and defend the laws, you stand for what is right and what is wrong, you defend the right, you defend the Bible, you have grown so worn and weary, but you haven't given up. And great is your rewards in heaven, Sokoyana Nakata. As long as you don't compromise, as long as you don't give up, Sokoyana Nakata. Payana Nakata Mokoto Koryana Nakata. You are loved, Sina Nakata, Rina Nakata, or Nakata. I see Judge Roy Moore, Sokoyana Nakata. And Yahushua shows me, Sina Nakata. He has a tablet of stone, Sokoyana Nakata, Yana Nakata. And just as Moses, Sokoyana Nakata, held those tablet of stones in his hands, Sonanakata, guarding him and protecting them, Sonanakata. So too this Judge Roy Moore has done, Sonanakata. He honors them so much, Sokoyananakata. He lives by this decree, Sonanakata. He tries to be the best he can be, Sokoyananakata Bakelakata. He just wants to guard them. He is a keeper of the commandments. And the enemy keeps coming and trying to take them from his hands and smashing them to the ground. And Abba Yahweh says, this is the days that you live in now, those who are the keeper of the commandments, those who revere the commandments, those who honor the commandments and the laws, the laws of Abba Yahweh, sadly, they are in the minority. But I, Abba Yahweh, say, my laws do not change just because of modern times. They are yea and they are forevermore. Stand strong, commandment keepers. Stand strong. For in the court of heaven, you have done no wrong. Although this world scoffs and mocks, they forget what their own laws were once written on. Is it not a crime to steal? Is it not a crime to murder? What other laws do you want to throw out? Hypocrites. They are hypocrites. Those who call themselves Supreme Court justices on the Supreme Court, not even appointed by a man, but appointed by the satanic elite, to destroy the laws that were written from heaven. They shall reap their doom. For those who sit on the Supreme Court, you are not supreme in our Yahweh's eyes. For you are not commandment keepers. You rewrite my commandments to conform to the depravity of this world. And it's only a short time. Each one of those who sit on the Supreme Court justice, who have ruled against the true Ten Commandments. You shall be in a courtroom, all right, but it shall be the throne room, and it is I, Yahweh, that shall decree, guilty as charged, Sokoyananakata, and into the bowels of hell, Sinanakata, and the lake of fire, Sokoyananakata, you will reside, Sokoyananakata Baki, Kayananakata Mokoto, Oyananakata Baki Lekata, Oyanakata Baki, Sayananakata Rinanakata Moyanakata, Sikayananakata. And I do not speak to all the Supreme Court, Sokoyananakata, for there are those who do tremble in fear, Sokoyananakata, and have not yet compromised, Sokoyananakata, Ayanakata. But Anthony Scaloli, Sokoyananakata, but he stands here before me now, Sokoyananakata, Ayananakata, Rinanakata, before my eyes, Sokoyananakata. He tried so hard to do what was right, Sokoyananakata, Ayananakata, Mokoyananakata, Payananakata. He feared breaking my laws, Sokoyananakata, Payananakata, Sokoyananakata, Payananakata, Noyanakata, Sokoyananakata, Maki, Kayananakata, Mokoto, Oyananakata, Makayananakata, Osokoyananakata, Rianakata, Sokoyananakata, Baki, Kayananakata, Makayananakata, Mokoto, Orinanayanakata, Rianakata. I could say oh so much more, Sokoyananakata, Payananakata, Rianakata, but I protect my ring maiden speak it forth now, Sokoyananakata, for it is not yet time to speak it forth, Sokoyananakata, what I will do to the ones who call themselves, Sokoyananakata, Payananakata, Rianakata, the Supreme Court Justice, Sokoyananakata, Rianakata, of this land, Sokoyananakata, Oyanakata, Bakilakata, Rianakata, Soyanakata. I have so few who are godly women and men, Sokoyananakata, Payananakata, Oyananakata, Maki, Kayananakata, Mokoto, Oyananakata, Bakilakata, Sokoyananakata. I see Yahushua Sinakata, and I'm not going to claim to understand this, Sokoyananakata, but when Judge Roy Moore gets to heaven, Sinakata, Yahushua is going to put a ring on his finger, Sokoyananakata, Payananakata, Rinanakata, Rinanakata, Wanakata, Bayananakata, and he's going to put a robe on him, Sonanakata, that no one will ever take off, Sonanakata, and it is a white robe, Sokoyananakata, and he shall judge again, Sokoyananakata, Payananakata, and it shall be under the authority of Yahushua, Sokoyananakata, Payananakata, Rinanakata, Sokoyananakata, Maki, Kayananakata, Mokoto, Koyananakata, Ayananakata, Rinanakata, Mokoto, Sokoyananakata, Maki, Kayananakata, Mokoto, Rinanakata, Makelekata, Rinanakata, Sokoyananakata, Makelekata, Sokoyananakata, Makelekata, Rinanakata, Mokoyanakata.
I wrote a poem many years ago about the law of nature, about the Declaration of Independence. It's called Our American Birthright. And it kind of capitalized what the Declaration stood for in my estimation, what they were trying to say. One nation under God was their cry, indeed their declaration. For upon the laws of nature and of nature's God they built a mighty nation. But unlike mankind before them who had walked this earth and sod, these men would never question the sovereignty of God. That all men were created was a truth self-evident, and to secure the rights God gave us was the role of government. And should any form of government become destructive of this end, it was their right, indeed their duty, a new one to begin. So with a firm reliance on divine providence for protection, they pledged their sacred honor and they sought His wise direction. They lifted up an appeal to God for all the world to see and vowed their independence forever to be free. But I'm glad they're not here with us to see the mess we're in. How we've given up our righteousness for a life of indulgent sin. For when abortion is no longer called murder, when sodomy is deemed a right, then good is now called evil and darkness is now called light. And no longer does man see a need for God when he's in full control. For the only truth self-evident is in the latest poll. But with man as his own master, we fail to count the cost. Our precious freedoms vanish and our liberties are lost. Our children are told they can't pray in school, and they teach them evolution. Why can't they see the fear of God is the only true solution? Our schools have become the battleground while all across the land, Christians just shrug their shoulders, afraid to take a stand. From the grave you can hear their voices cry, the victory's already been won. Just glorify the Father, as did His only Son. And when your work on this earth is done and you've traveled where we've trod, you'll leave the land we left to you, one nation under God.
We're not gonna run, we're not gonna hide. Yahushua's coming back for His bride. We're YAHS, we're standing strong. This is our song. The enemy said in 3 days she'll die, but Elisheva Eliyahu's alive. She's a YAHS, still standing strong. This is her song. May 24, 2005, Archangel Michael fought to get to her side, fighting off the enemy. He protects the bride. His wing hanging over her bedside, like an innocent 2-year-old child. She touched his wing, marveling at the beautiful sight. The Judases will run and hide, reprobate enemies rejected, denied. Jeremiah 6, 27-30 is your eternal life. No pride in YAHUSHUA HA MASHIACH'S bride. Wanna be like Enoch, raptured into the sky. He was pleasing to Abba YAHVEH. He went to heaven alive. We're not gonna run, we're not gonna hide. Yahushua's coming back for His bride. We're YAHS, we're standing strong. This is our song.